Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. Today we are looking at Restoration Hardware, I believe. Ticker symbol RH. They do have earnings after the bell today. This stock is particularly exciting for a few reasons. Rather than talking about them, let's just jump on in and you'll feel the excitement. Okay, so they have earnings today. If we are looking at where the stock price is today in relation to where it was during the last earnings, you can see it's about the same price. Last earnings, I'm guessing they did well based off of this action right here. Let me adjust my camera. So they did okay, and now the stock price is around this. I mean, it's around 300 today, well, when I'm recording, but it did test the high of around 318, 315. Looking at potential gaps, if this stock were to continue or move up, it's probably going to aim to fill gaps first. This first gap we see is at 350, around 348. I'm just going back in time to see if there are further gaps higher than 350. All right, here we go. I mean, 375 possibly right here. You could see, no, it gets filled. Okay. This stock has done well at filling its gaps, which is pretty crazy. And what I mean by that, you can see like right here, for example, the stock closed down here, but it opened up here, meaning there's a huge gap right here. And what I mean when the stock closes the gap, you can see the Japanese candlestick comes to where the stock price basically was before the move. So it didn't quite fill the gap right there, but as you can see, we go down this frame, it officially closed this gap over here. So that's pretty cool. And you can see there's about a little gap right here. Stock goes up, fills that gap. So now there's no space between 678 because the stock came and filled that. Yeah, the stock, obviously that's filled. Okay, so I think the number we're looking for is around 350 for the gap fill. Looking at the monthly chart, I do see a bear flag here, but we'll chart this out on Thinkorswim with a little bit more detail. Looking at the relative strength, you can see this is solid, going in a nice up and to the right direction. RSI is about 48 right now. That's good if the bulls can continue to keep buying. And I only say that because you can see the stock used to be 700, now it's 297. So a nice little 50% plus dip. Momentum indicator, like look at this indecisiveness. It's been trying to figure out what it wants to do with its life. Like a 45-year-old working at a desk job that they're not really excited about. So nothing exciting for the momentum. The money flow, we'll see if institutions and hedge funds are buying. We'll look into that. And then the relative momentum indicator, it's at 43. So you can see it looks like it's trying to curl up, but you never know. Now we're going to see if the stock price deserves to be 279 or if it should be higher. So before we do that, you can see the EPS. This is beautiful, up and to the right. Way overshot, coming down to correct. I would like to see this maybe do another little dippy dip and then continue this up and to the right motion I'm doing. Same here, you can see this went whoop and then came back down. So maybe just a nice trajectory, solid, easy, nothing crazy. They really haven't diluted shareholders here. You can see back in 2019, there was 20,480,000 shares available. 2023, 22 million shares available. So not a huge dilution in the grand scheme of things. Let's perform my calculation here. So they have a 5,420 million market cap. 5,420 mil. They make 223 million in profit. Good for them. I could see them offering a dividend once their cash position gets stronger. Great. And they also do 3,060,000,000 in sales. Yes. All right. So now we're going to go look at the debt and we're going to remove that and then come back here. Also, we're going to add the cash. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. Quarterly. So they pay 410 million to make 751 million. It's pretty good. I would take that type of situation any day. They have 382 million in cash. That is historically low. They've had billions before, and then 420, now 382. They could be using it to pay off the debt. I don't know. Okay, so let's add plus 382 million, 650,000. Yep. Total debt, please don't be crazy. Long-term debt, so minus 3,623,420,000. All right, total assets 4.2 million. No, I'm sorry, 4.2 billion. Total liabilities 4.5 billion. That is insanely dangerous because you know what happens when assets I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. My phone wants to say it. Okay. Dangerous situation there, but it's not grounds for me stopping my calculation. If this debt would have been higher than 9 billion, then that would break my calculation. That's just a no-no. So again, they need to get this under control. They were under control up until last quarter, so potentially risky waters here. But let's go ahead and take this and divide it by our 14,790,000. $369 stock price. Right now, $297, so $369 would be right here. That actually almost aligns with our $350 gap. Interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. Analysts have it from 207 to 406. Telsey Advisory Group went from 365. Whoa, that's minus 369. Dangerously close to what I had. To 325. Okay. So just looking at the numbers here. Sales over the past 5 years, that's 10%. That's positive. That's great. EPS negative year over year. Sales negative year over year. Earnings per share quarter over quarter negative. Sales quarter over quarter negative. So they really need a breakout here because a big numbers breakout. I don't know if the consumers are strong right now to be providing that for them. Let's see what institutions and hedge funds are doing before we look at Thinkorswim. Let's see. Okay, so the older data says, and I call FinViz older data because they don't update it as much as the site that we're going to use. So FinViz says institutions own 90%. This website says institutions own 99%. This is a little concerning. You can see this is going down into the right. This is a clear trend down. Let's see how many shares BlackRock and Vanguard own because they own everything. Vanguard only owns 1.4 million shares. They decreased their position. BlackRock owns 1.3 million shares. They also decreased. Berkshire Hathaway, wow, liquidated. Warren Buffett said, hell no. So interesting. But I do want to see. Let's go. Yes. Okay, let's look at Restoration Hardware. I probably cataloged this one before. Yes, I have. Okay, wow. Look at the respect to this Fibonacci arc. Wow. It could not break up it. Couldn't it tested it resistance, resistance, resistance. Wow. Man, sometimes it pays to have a catalog where you just chart for hours and days on end because you love it. So I think this helps me out a little bit. I think the bearish case for this over the next couple months could be 224. And then again, I think 346 is the bullish case, honestly. So I think if Restoration Hardware has a good earnings and they can turn the ship around, I want to say 350 is the price target over the next couple months. If they are slacking, I say 225. And also, I do want to just show this because I know you guys see what I see as well. Look at this bear flag here. I don't know if you can see it. So here's our flagpole that I just drew, this blue one. And here's our flag. You know what that means? It's bearish. It's going down, in my opinion, based off of historical analysis charts. So again, I like the 220, 217. I think you cannot play this one wrong by sitting on the sidelines. However, if you are long on this and you are feeling pain, I mean, you do make the decision for yourself if you want to tough it out or sell. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know if you need money. I think in the long term, you'll be okay. Here's the next apexes where resistance meets support. So I think end of 2024, we could see a nice reversal or stair step down to the next apex around 180. Just my thoughts. You guys let me know what you think. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Consider subscribing, consider hitting like, consider leaving a comment. Best of luck if you're in this. Have a great week. Adios.